I'm Stephanie,
Hi, Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus.
Hey.
How you doing?
Oh, how you doing? It has been a week. It's
Yeah,
been a busy week. Sometimes with like the short week, it's like so tough with just having Labor Day. It's like things just get crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Like I lost track of what day it was. Like we were talking about, meeting to record and stuff, and you said something about last episode, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Wednesday. I didn't even listen.
Yeah.
And I had some drama we can get into.
Mhm.
I mean, not like people drama, just like life drama.
Yeah.
So,
I'm well versed in that.
yeah. Well, so our friend Linda, whose husband passed away tragically this summer, Adam, she was planning his 60th birthday party. So they still had it on Sunday, and it was like a huge event. They had a food truck. She lives on several acres.
Hmm.
So they were doing like a skydive thing. Like it was a thing.
Yeah.
And I got ready and I got in my car to go and got outside and looked at my car and I had a flat tire.
Oh no.
Not like, oh, that's a little out. I'm talking like
All the way down.
flat,
Yeah.
flat. And I can change a tire, but that doesn't mean I want to. So Brian was home. So he plugged it, but it still was iffy. So that was on Sunday. It was still not 100%, but it was enough for me to get somewhere for them to fix it
Hmm.
officially. Well, Monday was Labor Day, so everything was closed. So we had to wait till Tuesday for me to go plug it. So I took that and got that done and came home. And like the next day, Brian and I were going to switch vehicles because I wanted his truck to take some stuff to the dump and that kind of thing. I like doing that.
You are, why?
I don't know. I like driving the truck. Let me
Okay.
rephrase that. I don't
Okay.
like going to the dump and doing all that.
Yeah.
No, I like driving the truck.
Okay. That makes more sense then.
Yeah.
Because, I'm
I'm not
like,
good at it. Like it's way too big, but I like it.
yeah,
So he got in my car to take it to work and the battery was dead. Like,
not a
what?
good week for cars.
Was not a good week. And in between that, like I said, just the short weeks for work. So like 10-hour days trying to make up the time for having Monday off.
Hmm.
Just
All the things.
all the things. But enough about me. How was how was your week?
Uneventful, which is always good.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was like doing taxes and stuff last night, so that's why it's not at the game. But I
Yeah.
saw the score and way to go, Clover.
So glad we beat
Yes.
them. I'm so glad we beat them. They were talking the most. They were talking so much trash. So we had never played this school before. It's
Okay.
Palisades, let's call them out. They're
Right over the bridge.
right over, and they were calling it like the Battle of the Bridge, and we're like,
Who was calling it that? Them?
yeah.
Oh.
And then so it just kind of turned into that was what all over the Instagram pages and all that was Battle of the Bridge. So
Mm.
yeah, it was just, they talked a lot and the opening kickoff, we ran it back. Like it, and that just set the tone. They played well. There was some mistakes, of course. They're kids and they're human, but Jay played well. We won by like 30, I think.
Yeah.
So
I was like, oh my goodness.
yeah. And it was so funny. We looked over at their student section in like the third or fourth quarter and they were gone. It was at Clover, but we looked over because they were kind of right across from where we sit
Yeah.
and it was emptied out.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well,
it's tough for them. Well, they do all the trash talking. And
yeah. Did they travel well? Like since it was so
yeah,
close? Okay.
yeah, they did. The visitor side was pretty full. They brought, I wouldn't think it was all of their band, but they brought some band people and then they had their cheer and yeah, it was pretty full. Now there it wasn't like a huge student section. It was probably a couple of rows,
Hmm.
but still a good amount.
Yeah.
Next week is at York.
Okay.
So, that's a big rivalry.
Yeah.
And
And it's so close, so there's
and
always a ton of people.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But there was a fight.
On
And
the field?
no.
Oh.
Well, there was some chippiness on the field, and Jackson was breaking up one, and I was like, "Who was that? Who are you?" He was like, "I don't even know, Mama." I was like, "Okay," but there was a fight amongst some of the kids that were not playing,
Oh.
and I'll check with them to make sure it's okay. We air this before you air it.
Okay.
So air it like we're on the radio.
Well, it is like streamed, so
So we're sitting there and it's like Brian and some of his work people came and then me, Jazz, Olivia, Jazz's kid, we're all together.
Right.
All of a sudden, Olivia jumps up and runs down to an area where there's tables because some kids have started congregating and, it got kind of loud over there. So then here goes Isaiah. Here goes Jazz. And I'm like, I'm just going to stay here because I don't know what if they need somebody on this side. Like, we at that point had no idea what was going on. So Olivia's youngest, Jace, is in fifth grade. Our kid that he knew but didn't like, no, but pulled his pants down, like pantsed him. So Jay swung on him.
Well,
Well, and so the kid hit him back, and the kid was older. So Drake, who's in the eighth grade, was like, no, 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 no.
yeah,
Yeah. So Drake
hit the other kid.
several times. So, I mean, I don't know. You don't want kids to fight, but that's also life lessons. I'm just glad Gabriel wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. What grade was the other kid in?
I don't know. I don't really know. I know him, but I don't know him super well. Super great family. I mean, but kids are kids.
It's a stupid thing to do.
Right.
And, like,
Right.
it's,
That used to be like a real big thing just to go up behind somebody and shoot, yeah,
yeah,
pants them. But Jace wasn't having it. And I don't blame him for being upset. He doesn't want anybody to see his business. I get it. But kids are kids. I
yeah.
think everything was okay after that though. But it was like I texted her today. I was like, how are Rocky and Rambo today? But the kid is older than Jace. So he really didn't have any business swinging on anybody younger.
Yeah.
He was older and bigger. Jace is younger and smaller. So
Yeah.
anyway, that was exciting. Then, of course, they all came in. They sat with us after to make sure that just stay out of no repercussions or whatever. But they're okay. They're fine. It was just, like a kid scuffle. It
Yeah.
is what it is. It's like not a big deal. But then they were going to Waffle House after the game last night. Some of the kids, I swear, it makes me laugh. They give Jackson such a hard time because he's so young. They're like, let's go to the Waffle House. Jackson, you going? I was like, how's he going to get there? And they're like, oh yeah, like, he can ride with us or whatever. And then he was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, Jackson, you don't go. He's like, no. He didn't want to get into anything if the Palisades kids came there and then Clover was there because it's kind of in the middle. He was like, I'm tired and I'm sore. Let's just go home. And I was like, okay. He said, but I am starving. So we went through McDonald's and we're sitting in line and it's like around the building because everybody else is there. By the way, if you own a business in Clover, if you own a restaurant, please be open later. You would make so much money if you were open later, especially on a game night.
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere else to go.
Yep.
So you're welcome. Anyway, I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm gonna wrap this up. So we're sitting in the McDonald's line, Brian in front, Jackson in back, and Jackson's just sprawled out, whatever. And all of a sudden, some of the other football players come by and they're like, oh, it's our favorite sophomore. And he's like, what's up, guys? So, long story short, game was fun. A lot of extracurricular activities going on because of just,
Yeah.
Kids. But everything was good. Everything's fine. Next week is away. Come see us at York, people.
Dylan went last night.
I didn't see him. I feel like I didn't see a lot of kids.
He said that they left a little bit early because Ruby wanted to get McDonald's.
Smart.
And so they left a little bit early, but he was exhausted. I mean, like he's just like between schoolwork and lacrosse and doing all things. And I'm like, you look horrible. Like, go to sleep.
I love you, but take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said it was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Clover.
It was. The only thing is it took so long. It was one of those, like, every play had a flag or a timeout, and it just got to the point, like...
Just end already.
Right.
Yeah.
And the dude in front of us that was with us is so funny. His wife listens. Hi, Michelle. So his name is Ryan, and he works with Brian, and he had come to watch and hang out and stuff. The ref was terrible, and Ryan took his glasses off. I was like, do you need mine? And like holding them out to him. It was great. It was really funny.
I'm a trash talker to refs.
Yeah.
So
it might have been good that you weren't there last night. Yeah.
So how did you like this week's book?
I didn't like it.
I know.
Well, okay, so we were supposed to.
Yeah.
We were supposed to read The Glass Castle. I hated that one.
Yeah.
And I like
fantasy.
I like that. And I like the teenager-y, young adult stuff, like Maze Runner and Hunger Games and Divergent and all that kind of stuff. Like, I like that stuff. When I was reading about this book thing, it even referenced, like, Narnia, and I like those movies. And I was like, oh, this will be great. It was not. It's not. Did you even start it? No. Okay. Because I texted you, like, a couple of days
you're
in.
Like, I hate this book. And I was like, well, I haven't started it yet, so
Right.
if you want to go a different route, like, I'm cool with that.
So we did, and we still chose a bad route. We being me. So it's the first book in a series.
Yes.
And the book we read was called Lowcountry Boil. Which, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and you've got the blurb?
I do. So it was written by Susan Boyer. Private investigator Liz Talbot is a modern Southern belle. She blesses hearts and takes names. She carries her Sig 9 in her Kate Spade handbag and her golden retriever Rhett rides shotgun in her hybrid Escape. When her grandmother is murdered, Liz hightails it back to her South Carolina island home to find the killer. She's fit to be tied when her brother, the chief of police, shuts her out of the investigation. So she opens her own. Then her long dead best friend pops in and things really get complicated. As more folks turn up dead in this small seaside town, Liz must use more than just her wits and charm to keep the family safe. Chase down clues from the hereafter and catch a psychopath before he catches her.
Da-da.
Blah.
Yeah, it was so random. Okay, starting with the title, random.
Yeah.
There was no Low Country Boy in
No.
there. And all I could think about the whole time was a Low Country Boy.
Do you eat that?
Yeah,
No,
not you
I don't do seafood.
at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, I ate it.
No,
Yeah.
like chicken or cow has to fall into the ocean for me to eat
For
it.
you to eat it.
Eat seafood. I think she rode the southern thing way too hard.
She did, and some of it wasn't really southerny, and she tried to make it southerny.
Yeah.
Like even just when you were reading the blurb, like the hybrid escape.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah.
yeah, and the accents and yeah, and I'm submitting an audiobook. Yeah, yeah, agreed.
And we live in the South. We live in South
Right.
Carolina.
We're here.
And I mean, it got on my nerves
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, I understand. I don't like it when they do that in movies too, and it makes Brian crazy. He's like, they always make it sound like the dumb, ignorant rednecks, and I'm like, I know, babe. What can I do about it?
Okay, so let's say this. It was like a lighthearted whodunit. It wasn't a suspense. It wasn't a thriller. It wasn't like twisty turny.
Right.
It was just like your basic whodunit.
Yeah, it was a very cute, lighthearted, like you said, not gruesome, not graphic. I'm definitely done with this series, stopping at book 1.
Oh yeah.
There was not a lot of depth to it. I feel like it was random in a lot of places. Like the whole thing with her dead best friend, the ghost. Like, where did that even? That's just like a totally random. Like, I thought that was going to go somewhere with this being the first book.
And she didn't even help out really.
Right, but I thought it was going to introduce like her being as a medium, and that's going to help her solve all these crimes, and that's what the premise of the whole series was about. And that could be. We'll never know because we're not going to. But it was just it didn't feel authentic. It just felt like it almost felt like a totally separate part of another book thrown into this book.
Yeah.
It didn't
was really random.
go together.
Yeah. I also was like the dad being missing on a boat or whatever, and then coming back, and he wasn't really missing, and having the affair with the like the whole thing was just like all over the place.
It was totally, it was a mess.
Yeah, I give it a 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's being generous.
Yeah. It was a mess of randomness and boring.
Yeah. I mean, again, if I was reading this on the beach, I would have just put it away and like scrolled.
Taking a nap or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I felt like, okay, we already canceled one book. We got to go back through it. So I think I'm in like a reading rut.
So I just finished reading a book.
Okay.
And it was pretty good.
And I don't know if it's like the audio thing, maybe. No, because I've been trying to read a book for like 3 weeks and I can't get through it either. So I'm just in a funk.
All the Little Liars.
Okay.
By Victoria Selman.
Okay. Was it
that
good?
That was pretty good.
Well, I'm listening to Blake Crouch. Have you ever read anything by him? He is Twisted and Demented.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, okay, if this doesn't like get me jarred to feel some type of way, then.
You know, the worst part is like, I like look at the titles and I'm like, it says I read it. I can't remember what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Well, we'll do that one. What was it called again?
All the Little Liars.
Okay.
It wasn't the best, but it kept my interest.
Yeah.
So I'm on Book Talk. My TikTok feed is like a lot of books.
So my project this week is to create Brian his own TikTok and get him off of my feed. Because even when I go back in and try to trick my algorithm by like searching, things, it still comes back with, do you want to refinance your home? Or them, one of the political people talking or whatever. But I did get on the TikTok today. And it must have been such a big thing that it was actually in my feed. There's a couple that I follow. One of the ladies' name is Danae Harris.
Okay.
No, that's not right. Her name is Danae, and she's married to a lady named Mandy. Okay. And Danae played softball for the University of Alabama. And they've done like funny skits. Danae is like Southern, really country. She's more masculine. Um, cargo pants, and they're both really cute.
Mhm.
But Mandy is from California, long blonde hair, wears like monochromatic black all the time, and all this stuff. Well, they're splitting up. I know. I'm devastated. So that was actually in my feed today. So
That sucks.
it does suck.
Mm.
And especially to have all of that on
Social,
socials,
yeah.
like 7 million people reading your breakup post. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. So I'm trying to get my algorithm back.
Yeah.
I searched football tubes.
I don't know how I got on this side of TikTok because it just started coming up on my whatever.
Yeah.
But there is a prison talk. It's like legit, like all prison stuff.
Okay, so
And how I got on there, I
right,
don't know.
right. They come up in my feed too, and I don't know why, but today was what is a habit that you have now that you learned in prison?
Mm.
And it's like a wife talking to her husband who's out or whatever.
Well, no, like there's like a prison talk of like
Inside
in
prison.
prison. Yeah.
How is that a thing?
I don't know, but like they're doing like the dances, like all like the dudes were doing
Shut up.
like teach me how to juggy, like the whole.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
And I'm like, how is this the thing?
How is that a thing? That's as bad as Suge having a podcast and
Man, it just blows my mind.
and then it popped up on your feed.
Yeah.
Like you need to watch this.
Oh well, and then I'm like invested.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, teach me how to duggy.
Okay. Okay, but Steph, we cannot be pen pals with the prisoners.
They're talking about
No, Steph.
No, they were saying that there's some kind of like website that you sign up to chat with prisoners or whatever, and that's like their big scheme in jail is they talk to like 40 different people, and all these women send them money onto their commissary and whatever, and then the women's prison does it too. It's this big thing, and then they're like, "I'll be with you when I get out," and like
And then it's like hang up
Yeah.
next. Oh, I can't wait to talk to you when we're out or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We're not, no.
So I made chicken.
We could talk to them together.
No, I'm still a chicken.
So when I worked at the eye
We say
doctor,
clover way too much on our podcast.
yeah, you're right. When I worked at the eye doctor's office, I worked for an ophthalmology office for a long time, and they were pretty. It was a broad spectrum. Like we saw a lot of patients. There were a lot of doctors there, and very, very good doctors there. But they would bring a lot of inmates there. Not a lot, but there was always, I mean, like I'm talking shackled walking in. And it was always like, who's gonna go in there and do the thing? Who's gonna get him started? And who's gonna work him up for the doctor? Yeah.
Did you do rock, paper, scissors?
I don't remember exactly how he did it. I think whoever least busy, so everybody's like fake busy. Oh, I gotta stack these papers up right here. But then you want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. I'm like, why are you in jail?
Murder.
Yeah. That's what I want to say.
So last week we had talked about the wedding dress drama.
Yes.
The designer that
Yes.
botched the dress.
Yes, the jacked up dress.
So she is now trying to save face and posting all these good reviews that she
Okay.
got and
Okay.
like all these thank you texts that she got, right?
Yeah.
So now people are coming out, other people that have gotten jacked dresses from her. And so the one that I saw recently was a prom dress. So
Okay.
the mom had sent her the Ariel from Little Mermaid, like
Yeah.
the silver dress that she comes out
Yeah.
out of the ocean with. Yeah.
There was a song for
Yeah.
that.
And then, so it was based off of that, is what
Okay.
they kind of wanted, but a little bit more glam or whatever. And missed the deadlines. Dress was botched. I mean, terrible, whatever. So the girl, it was like, get the deposit back. So mom goes and ends up, I don't know what happened. She didn't say what happened when mom went to go talk to the designer or whatever. She comes home with the dress. Well, they're showing the dress, right? There's still pins in the dress, glued on gems again, like
Not saying like it should have been.
I think that solidified that the Rayleigh girl was telling the truth. And this other chick who has her GoFundMe still up and whatever is
she better get her business together. She needs to shut that, open a new one.
Yeah,
because
like,
that's not
rebrand.
Totally, because that's not going to go good.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Well, since we were just talking about weddings, there was this TikTok that I saw, and it was this girl named Destiny, and I love me some like wedding drama.
Yeah.
So, well, I like drama, period, as long as it's not my own. So she is like story time. And she says that she's at her wedding and she's in her head, like, I'm not going to go through with this. And you getting ready with her bridesmaids, and she's telling the bridesmaids, like, be ready, like, be ready. And not telling them what nobody like knew.
Be ready for what?
Like, just be ready. Because
Just
she, I guess, the families didn't get along,
okay.
or she didn't like the husband's family, whatever.
Okay. So she was
So she's
just
like, just
be ready for whatever. Yeah,
be
okay.
ready. And
I feel like I'm ready all of a sudden. Like I'm ready. What are we
yeah.
doing?
Oh, I'm always ready to go.
Yeah.
She said something else, but it's swearing, and
Mm-hmm.
so it was. I'm gonna cut this out, but it was like we're about to be on some,
Oh, okay.
and didn't say anything else though. So they go
Okay.
down. She walks down the aisle. Everybody's in the church.
Uh-huh.
Preacher starts doing the ceremony,
Okay, yeah.
and she's just standing up there like, "Oh my God, God, please forgive me. You know me, and I know I can't do this."
Yeah.
So she was waiting for the preacher to say, like, say I do, and she was going to say I don't.
She had it
She
premeditated.
was ready. Like,
Yeah.
she was ready for it to all
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the good part.
Okay.
So she is standing up there, the preacher's going on and on and on, and he's like, gets to the part where, does anybody have any reason for these couple to not wed? This woman stands up and starts yelling in the church, I can't believe you're gonna go through with this. And starts screaming. It was his mistress, like his side chick.
Oh.
And she crashed the wedding, coming up the aisle saying, I can't believe you're going through with it, blah, blah,
Oh
blah.
no.
Well, so the bride's cousin is sitting on the aisle, and as the girl walks by, she grabs her by the hair and pulls her back. So all chaos then breaks out because the side chick brought like 10 of her cousins with her. Fights break, bridesmaids
Oh
put
my
their
God.
hair up. I mean, so then the bride turns around to the groom, and she had found out, and this is why she said she didn't want to get married. She had found out like shortly before this that he had a side chick.
Yeah.
And so she takes her bouquet and starts hitting him with the bouquet.
Oh, this sounds like a movie.
Oh my gosh. I was like, this was amazing. Like,
yeah.
Is there a video? Is there a video?
There's got to be one.
I need a video.
Can you imagine being at that wedding? Oh my God. Like, I'm not picking sides. I'm just here to watch everybody.
I'm picking brideside.
Oh, yeah.
She
But I don't want to fight. I'm too old to fight.
Listen,
I know you ready.
I'm ready. Not that I want to.
Right.
But I can.
Yes, no doubt.
And if it was like my family member, 1000%, I would be throwing down.
But we're just there to watch. We're just there.
If I'm just an observer,
right? We're there.
We should become wedding crashers
and just go and mic ourselves up and oh my
amazing.
Gosh. Let me check my calendar.
I want to get dressed up.
Okay, maybe dress up. See what's going on,
dude. That would be a really fun job.
I don't think there's a job for that. You don't really put that on your resume.
It's like the Secret Shoppers.
Yes.
We can rate weddings.
We can. And we could like really tell people that we're doing it to review like the vendors and the food and the flowers and on the music and all that kind of stuff when really we're just there for the party.
That would be a spin-off podcast.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. So that was like the crazy.
That is super crazy.
And I was like, oh my God.
There's got to be a video of that.
Hope there is.
I just feel bad that that's a lot of money.
Well, I think it was like right before, like like a day or two.
Like things had already been done.
And she was like, you know what? Like there's no going back.
And
like,
people had already made plans to come. So it's not like, 3 months out and they
I know, because she wanted to make a fool of him in the church.
I don't blame her.
She was gonna, after she said I don't, she was gonna turn and say he has a side chick or he's been cheating on me with so and so.
I wonder if she knew who she was. Yeah.
I'm sure that there was other videos. I didn't dig that deep. I just saw that video and I was like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Her name was Destiny.
Well, Destiny, I hope you went on your honeymoon solo and have a great time.
I hope you partied your butt off that night.
Mm-hmm.
And you freed yourself from that.
Mm-hmm. And then you went to Fiji or wherever. You took one of your friends.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Yes. So, do you see this title?
No. I mean, I see the title, but I haven't heard of this. What in the world?
Okay. So, we have not had any P. Diddy talk.
No, we've not.
Recently.
No.
He kind of just like disappeared.
Oh, right? He did.
Well, the cartel did not think he just
Or
disappeared.
did they disappear him?
Not yet.
Okay.
So, cartel, like the cartel, like,
Hmm.
gangster cartel.
Like, yeah.
Don't come for me.
Right. Right. Allegedly.
All alleged. Everything on the pod is
Everything's
alleged. So, you've got to be some like Satan kind of like low level dirtball
Hmm.
for the cartel to sue you.
Yeah.
They have to go make a report. They
Right.
need to go get.
Right.
I mean, they have to do all the things in law. Like,
Right.
no criminal wants to go to court for any
Right.
reason.
Right. Even
So,
if you're in the right.
so you have got to be some kind of low scumbag.
For them to put themselves out there in the law enforcement world like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this dude from the cartel, Alfredo P. Gonzalez, stated that after declining to participate and turning down requests for trafficking of minors for P. Diddy, he was told that his life was going to be made hell because of the power he had in the streets. P. Diddy's power in the streets.
Hmm.
So he was seeking 666,000. What a number.
Right.
In damages, saying Diddy tarnished his name and reputation, which led to a loss of his New York-based drug business.
What? That is insane. What?
So he had to go to make a report and have somebody.
I sell drugs, but Diddy's messed
But
up
I
my
but I
game.
drew the line at trafficking, and he
Right.
ruined my name.
So my drug business has gone down. So I need to sue him to get my drug game
But
back
then
up.
the 600
66.
666,
Yeah. Yeah.
like that's the number he chose.
I'm surprised you even typed it. Like I wouldn't have even typed it out. Have you ever been to a store and they're like, that's $6.60, and you're like, oh, I needed this pack of gum too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Round that up.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But I thought that was a very
That
like
is
symbolic
yes. Oh,
number that
totally.
they went for.
And you're right. The fact that the criminals decided to put themselves in that environment to do this to pity.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, geez.
crazy.
Yeah, that's super crazy.
I,
That is super crazy. Yeah. Whoa.
oh,
But you're right. P. Diddy did just kind of disappear from our radar. All the
yeah,
Olympic stuff and
yeah,
I don't even know all the Snoop Dogg talk.
yeah.
Still love Snoop.
Yep, me too.
Still love Snoop.
So, those morning shows
Hmm.
on the radio,
Yes.
where they call like a person that didn't call back for a second date, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So there was a radio show, and I'm not sure exactly what state it was in, but dude calls in, guy named John calls in and said that he met this girl at a speed dating thing. They went on a date, and she just didn't call him, like,
Okay.
or like they didn't ever contact each other again.
Okay.
So they're like, all right, well, let's see, if we can get Trisha on the phone. So they call this girl, and
He's hiding on the other line, right? Like
yes,
they don't know he's
yeah,
she
and
doesn't.
they're like,
Okay.
hey, we're so and so from whatever radio station. We've got John on the other line, and he was, curious as to why he didn't get a second date. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, who's John? And the dude's like,
Hmm.
he said that you guys went on a date. And she's like, I mean, I've not been on a date recently, and I really don't know what you're talking about. Like, I
Hmm.
have no clue.
Hmm.
He's like, well, let's get John on the line and see if we can straighten this out.
Hmm.
So they pulled John on the phone, and they're like, she doesn't recall a date with you. Can you like clear this up? When was the date? And he's like, well, 2 Thursdays ago. And they're like, well, where did you go on this date? And she's like, well, I went to a speed dating thing, but like I haven't been on a date. And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like the speed, yeah, that's not, like on Thursday. And
He was counting that as his date. Okay.
so everybody was like, what? And the radio people are like, so you didn't go on a date with her. He's like, it says speed dating. Like dating isn't, yeah, we went on a date. And
Oh my gosh.
she was like, how did you get my phone number?
Right.
And he said, I run the speed dating event, and you put it on your application. So I just pulled it off of that. And she's like, that seems like an abuse of like your position.
Uh-huh.
And this is really creepy. And
Lose my number.
so the radio people were like, Trisha, we're going to let you go.
Yeah.
We are so sorry. We did not know that this was what
What
it
it
was.
is. Yeah.
So they hang up, and then John's still on the phone. They're like, so we feel misled in
Hmm.
this situation. And he's like, yeah, well, thanks guys for trying to, like, help me get a second shot at her. But, like totally. And they're like, well, but she didn't show you any interest, and
Right.
you took her like, they're trying to make this guy realize,
I'm
and the
like,
dude's like, well, yeah, thanks, really appreciate you guys helping me out on this one. Like, dude is a
he has
creep.
no clue. Yeah, he had no clue what
Can
happened.
you imagine if he turns out to be one of these crazy serial killers?
Oh God, I hope not. I hope not.
But like, how creepy is that you go to speed dating and the event person
Yeah,
is in there
yeah.
and
Takes your phone number.
takes all your information? He's got to have her address. He's got to have everything.
Oh, geez. I like listening to those radio things like that, though. There's a local radio channel, station, whatever they're called, and they do War of the Roses, and I love that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That's so much fun. So, premise of that is they're trying to figure out if somebody, quote, wins roses, would they send them to their real person or their
Don't you think that this is so well known
person?
now, though?
I would think so. And that's not really a thing anymore that you get a phone call for
Yeah.
something like that.
Uh-uh.
Or I would think it was spam.
Yeah.
Or
I would,
phishing or whatever.
I would have just hung up.
Yeah.
That's what I do to all phone calls.
Right. I just don't answer them
Yeah,
at all.
that too. But if I do happen to answer, I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks. Click.
Yeah. Nope. Not interested. Don't you want to lower your nope,
Nope.
I like them high. Or whatever.
Cause I got high. Cause
Yeah.
I got high.
Go, wow, that's crazy.
There's
I
our
hope
first
she's
birthday.
safe. That was it. That was it. That was it. That's a good one too.
Yeah. Dylan knows like every word to
Oh,
that
same.
song.
Jackson does. Jackson plays that one a lot too.
Oh, have you ever seen Nina Poole on TikTok?
That name sounds really familiar. Tell me about her.
So she's freaking awesome. Like
Okay.
I am obsessed.
What's she do?
She is on the spectrum
Uh-huh.
and she finds dupes for expensive products.
Oh, yes.
And she like researches, she finds the ingredients,
Yes.
she makes sure it is a dupe, and she gives
Yes.
all of the
Yes.
info.
Yes.
She is awesome. So if y'all don't follow her, go follow her she's on Instagram and TikTok.
Yep. Nina Poole.
Yes. But I adore her.
Yeah.
She is so funny. So when she was doing one of her videos, she's like, why are you gonna spend $60 on this product? You can go to Walmart and get this product for like $3.
Right.
And then she pauses and she's like, this is why I'll never get a brand deal.
That's really cute.
She's like, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for you.
Right. Right. She had to talk herself into it.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's cute. Yeah, I've seen her. I knew that name sounded familiar. I'm fascinated with people that do that kind of
Oh
stuff.
my gosh.
And I really like watching the people that do makeup, like some of the transformations. And I show Jackson like their before and after. I'm like, this is why you can't trust people.
Well, so Brandon, when Dylan was like 9,
Yeah.
just like younger, has told Dylan to, on a first date, take them to a water park. Not because you want to see them in a bathing suit, because you want to make sure that their face matches what you think it
Well,
matches.
yeah. You can contour. Oh, the ones that make themselves look like celebrities.
Listen, I can't hardly get foundation on.
Right. My right eyes bother me so much because I wore mascara or eyeliner last night, and my right eye feels like it's about to just die.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine being able to do all that.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I mean, talent, like,
yeah,
amazing.
I try. I do good to get moisturizer on every day.
Yeah.
And I have to do moisturizer now because I'm that person that when I go to fill out something online and I try to do my age, I have to go.
Same. It's like the freaking Wheel of Fortune wheel.
It is. It is just like that. And I had to do something today. And well, I was doing like one of those stupid quizzes or whatever. And it was like, what age group are you in? And I'm 46.
Mhm.
And it was like 46 to 55. And I was like, oh my God.
You went up an age group.
I selected the 45 group. It's like, oh my, I'm in the group with almost 60-year-olds.
So Dylan today said something.
Wait, I'm not over it. Okay, go ahead.
He said something about like he said I was like 38 or 39, and I was like, oh, I'll take it. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm 42. And he's like, I thought Dad was 42. I'm like, Dad's 43. He'll be 44 in January. And he's like, dude, he's old. And I'm like, I'm just a year and a half younger than him. Like
a lot younger, Steph. A lot younger. A lot younger.
Yeah, but he was like 30. So I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah, thank you. I know. Jeez, it goes so fast. It goes so fast. Did you see the picture I put on my Facebook?
Yes.
Oh, that was the Chipman times. Oh my gosh, they were so little.
Yes. So.
Don't blink.
Yes.
Don't blink. You want to do that? Am I the a-hole? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I found out my sister slept with my fiance, and I'm not sorry about what I did after. 30-year-old woman here. I have a sister who's just a year older than me. We've always had such a good relationship, so finding out about this one hurt. She might as well have stabbed me in my heart. On top of that, I've been with my fiance since high school, and we've always been with each other through thick and thin. We were going to get married in a few months. I have no idea on earth why they did this to me. What's even worse was that our mom knew, and out of fear of getting involved, my sister apparently begged her not to say a word. She didn't tell me anything. Thankfully, my dad wasn't having it and he spilled the beans to me. I've never been so angry in my life. Not only did I kick my fiance out and throw out all of his stuff, some of it in the trash, but I decided to hurt my sister in another way. Why not do the same for my fiance? Simple, she's my sister. We've always had a good relationship until she decided to ruin it months before my big day, which I allowed her to be a bridesmaid in. You don't do that to anyone, let alone your sister, your blood. My sister's big on gardening, so when she lost her dog, she made a garden for him. I knocked on her door. She didn't know that I knew, and of course I played nice. I moved on to what she did with my fiance, and I slightly damaged her garden. I honestly just crushed a couple of flowers. Am I sorry? No. Her excuse sent me over the edge. It just happened isn't a reason. Sleeping with my fiance just happened like that, I guess. I told her I didn't want her speaking to me anymore, and that I also didn't want our mom to speak to me. My fiance won't say a word since I threatened to call the police if he ever went near me again. Yeah, I made my sister cry and scream at me, but I genuinely feel like she should be the one crying. She knew how important getting married was to me, and now I can't experience that. Pair that with the fact that I had to hear this from my dad, not my bum excuse of a sister or fiance. Heck, even my own mother didn't say a word to me. It's like she let my sister run her. F you, Tia. F you, Logan. If they ever see this, I'd be absolutely delighted. Oh, okay, time out. First of all, you notice she never says how much she loves him. She just talks about getting married. She's like, she knew I wanted to get married.
Well, they've
Okay.
been together since teenagers.
Huh.
That's a long time.
It's a very long time.
All right, edit.
Edit. Since many people keep bringing this up, I'm upset I lost the relationship I've always put 100% into. I was excited to get married, of course, but then this news came out. It really hurt me. I didn't want to believe it at first. I almost thought my dad was pulling my leg. Later, it turned out to be true. I swear I have trust issues now. Well, there we go. That's what I was saying. Edit 2. Thanks again for all the suggestions, y'all. It's helping me feel more confident in exposing them. I'm just a bundle of nerves right now because I know stuff's going to hit the fan again. When I do so, I'll try my best to come up with an update. I mean, it's the least y'all deserve. Haha. Last edit. When I say I decided to hurt her, it's because I kind of ruined something so meaningful to her. I feel like for most people, besides on here, that would be a bit far. That's just how I feel, though. I understand it's not what you guys wanted, lol. Clearly worked a bit, though, since she thought I was so psychotic for that. Like I said, I don't feel sorry about hurting her that way. Edited for the 1000th time because people still can't effing read when the words are bolded. Forgive my terrible mood. I definitely plan on exposing them sometime today.
So I'm guessing other people commented the same thing. It sounds like,
Mm-hmm.
well, did you even like love him?
Mm-hmm.
But she has to be so freaking angry and like furious. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be saying I loved him in this post if I were.
No, I wouldn't either. You're probably right. I probably wouldn't either.
I would just be like, what the heck?
I don't
Just
even think I'd be cognizant enough to get my thoughts
yeah,
that
same.
much together.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to update number 1.
Okay.
Ooh, this was just like a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Woo.
when was the original one?
Woo.
What the day before? This just
Okay,
happened.
so that first one was from August 27th, and this note is from August 28th. I found out my sister slept with my fiance. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Hey everyone, seems like my other post has been deleted. Thanks again for the comments and support. I found out quite a bit. To start off, I did expose her and my ex on my story. I unblocked them both to tag them. Shout out to one of the commenters who wrote down what I should say. I saved it and wrote it, but added some other words of my own. My ex actually blocked me after he saw my story. I sent my Reddit post to my sister after. At the time, she didn't see it, but I got a call from my ex's mom. She was furious about everything, but she asked me how I was holding up and if I've heard the news. My heart sank a little because I honestly couldn't bear to hear any more bad news. I asked her what she was talking about. She said, "So you haven't?" I said no and asked her to tell me. Oh my gosh, I don't want to know. My sister's pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, Logan told her in an attempt to make her chill out on my sister. I didn't want to hear anymore, so I told her I needed to hang up. Thankfully, she accepted because I literally burst into tears 2 seconds later. After 5 minutes of crying, my sister responded to my story and text with the Reddit post link. She was texting me in all caps, begging me to take it down. If I wasn't so upset, I would have laughed a little, but I sat there watching her blow up my phone. I got even angrier when she said, "I'm coming over," And I'm telling mom, you're spreading my business online. All right, you big baby.
Well, you shouldn't have spread your legs.
Facts. Still never responded though. I felt frozen. 30 minutes later, she's trying to break my door down, so I opened it in a fit of rage and I started screaming all kinds of stuff at her. She kept screaming at me to take it down, and I told her that's going to stay up for as long as I want it to. She kept telling me she didn't deserve online hate, and she even tried telling me that she's always been there for me through everything and she would have forgiven me if it was the other way around. That's when I punched her. Pull my hair back for this. A small part of me felt guilty. I'm not the fighting type, and that was probably evident in my last post. Haha. But she retaliated by saying, it's not my fault. Logan was tired of you. And
Oh,
that's when I told her I hope she ends up like her dog and she deserves every bit of hate she's getting for ruining my relationship. I even apologized for not ruining her entire garden and her stupid face at first. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but the entire time she was playing the victim. She called me evil and told me to rot in hell. She kept saying I was punishing her over a mistake. I said, you have no idea what you've put me through, and I know you would have done the same thing if you were the victim. She kept crying and insulting me because all she's ever done was support me through everything, and I had the nerve to punch her in the face and allow strangers to bash her on the internet. I told her she deserved it, and I don't want her talking to me ever again. And if she comes near me, I'm calling the police. She kept saying I was being extremely unfair and that she was sorry in her text, but I wasn't having it. I told her to tell mom I'm not talking to her again either. She asked me if I was really going to cut her off like that, and I just wished her good luck with her unwanted child and told her to go home. That was the last time she walked off my porch. Anyway, I had to clean up my favorite vase, but it doesn't matter. At least they're out of my life. However, it's weird how sad I feel now. It's for my own good, but gosh, I'll never experience the bond we had again. On the bright side, seems like I've dodged 2 bullets. Thanks again. Maybe I do need therapy.
oh my gosh.
Last edit to say my dad called not too long ago asking me to take every post down because, according to my mother, my B sister is bawling her eyes out over mean people on the internet. As if I'm taking anything down. My dad's pissed about her pregnancy, but my mom continues to defend her by saying we need to chill out on her a little bit. This is why I'm not talking to her. Thanks again, though, everyone. I'm exhausted and I need to worry about other things. Okay, so we have another update from August 31st. I've officially decided to go LC with my dad today. Something contact?
Low contact, maybe?
Maybe. Surprisingly, he wasn't that upset about it. However, he's still on team take down the post, and that's why I made my decision. My mom wants nothing to do with me because if I wasn't going to respect the family, there's no point in trying to get to you. Wow, it's almost like that's what I wanted. I'm so sad. This is sad. But I mean, it's angry and like this poor girl. Okay. My cousin and ex's sister have been supporting me. Apparently, my sister has had a meltdown after meltdown because more people are slowly finding out about the affair, not only in person, but on the internet. She actually got into it with my cousin online, and according to my cousin, my sister keeps asking her to tell me to take down the post because she's sorry and she felt pressured into doing what she did. Last I even heard about my ex was from his sister. She told me they did speak, and although he's not ready for a child, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving my pregnant sister on her own. He also wants me to stop what I'm doing, but oh well, they're made for each other. Anyway, I've surprisingly been feeling a bit better thanks to my cousin and my new sister. I like to call my ex's sister now, haha. I've actually gotten some good sleep, still considering therapy too. A very tiny part of me feels pretty bad for exposing my sister and ex, and I'll always miss the relationship I've had with them, even despite my last encounter with my sister. But they hurt me, and it's what they deserve. If they're not taking it well, that's their problem. Thanks everyone again.
Wow.
That is a lot for this poor girl.
That family is terrible.
Yeah. Okay. That mom not wanting anything or saying that it's for the family, take it out for the family. What about the girl who's
Sleeping with the, yeah.
fiance?
And then for her to say she's pressured into it when right before that she was saying that
Right.
the dude was sick of her.
Right.
What?
Oh my
Talk
gosh.
about some backpedaling.
Right.
You made that bed, now you got to sleep in it.
It doesn't even sound like I mean, okay, so for the dog thing, she crushed some flowers.
I thought it was gonna be worse. I mean,
I did too.
I would have done so much worse.
I was expecting worse, so I don't think she's really an a-hole for that.
No.
And we're dog people.
Yeah.
We get it, but no, I don't think I mean,
I thought it was gonna
set stuff on fire. Yeah. But I mean, even posting stuff online, I mean, there might be a way to handle it that's less visible, but do what you need to do to get through it, I guess. I cannot believe she's pregnant. It makes me wonder how long. Okay, first of all, this wasn't the first time he slept with somebody else. Was this really the first time he was with her?
No.
It's just, I wonder how she found out. Did we read that and I blanked on it?
Dad.
Dad. But how did Dad know? How did
Because
they?
mom found out and then told dad.
Yeah. How did Mom find out? Probably because that hoe sister told Mom and Mom thought it would be cool to know.
So I guess the sister told mom.
I've got to tell you
Well,
something,
probably
Mom.
because she's pregnant. So she probably
Yeah.
told mom because she's pregnant, is what I would assume.
Oh my gosh.
And mom was probably like, oh, a grandbaby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy.
Well, yeah, that whole family dynamic is ugly.
Yeah. That I feel bad for everybody involved there.
I don't feel bad for the sister.
I do.
I don't.
I mean,
She should have kept
no,
her.
I feel bad. I feel bad for, I guess, maybe the baby.
Well, yeah, but I don't feel bad for the sister.
No, I don't think I do either. I just, it's all just, it's sad.
I don't feel bad for the parents
No,
because they're
no.
buttheads. They could have very easily, like,
Yeah, I don't
taken
feel, okay,
sides.
you're right. I don't feel bad for the sister. I don't feel bad for the parents. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for
I
the
feel bad for
baby.
everybody that's dealing with the sister because she sounds like she's a.
She does. We have a lot of dynamics between families in these things. Yeah, I don't feel bad for her.
Yeah,
I
that was
just,
messy. Not that I condone like punching a pregnant person, but I
right.
do love that she did it. So have you thought about a costume yet for our spooky episode?
I've thought a lot about a costume, but I haven't settled on anything.
What are you thinking?
I mean, just like random thoughts in my head about what's easy, what would be good to just like, because I mean, it's not from the bottom down. It's only from like here up.
Maybe.
That's all we see, or they see, the people see, right? Have you thought about anything?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Do we want to do like
like a theme?
yeah, like Mario and Luigi?
That'd be cute.
I
That'd
do
be
have a
really
Luigi
cute.
costume.
Do you?
I don't know if it still fits. It's from like a long time ago.
It probably fits and it's baggy.
Or we can do Minions.
Oh, that's cute.
We did that for our office Halloween one
One
year.
year,
My boss was Gru. He had like the bald head cap thingy, and the rest
we
of
could
us
put that on Rex.
the rest of us were Minions.
That's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I mean, just, the first things that start popping in my mind are like, the cat, the ladybug, or the bumblebee, or whatever, all those things. But I'm up for whatever. I have some cute Halloween costumes that Brian and I were going to be one year for Halloween.
Multiple for one Halloween.
Well, one for Brian and one for me for a Halloween party. And then I think that was the year of COVID, like that fall of 2020, and everything was still kind of up in the air. And
Didn't happen.
yes, and I was so excited to be these things. And I'm not going to say it because we might do it. And I want everybody to be amazed. They're probably rotten now. We were flappers and mobsters one year.
Oh, I was a mobster one year.
Were you?
Uh-huh.
And Jackson was like 3 years old.
See, Brandon was never a dress up person.
Yeah.
So he would never do the
Like
costume.
yeah.
And so the year that I was a mobster, he just had on like a gorilla mask.
Yeah.
And he found a necklace that had like bananas. That was it.
That's cute. Brian's not huge on it, but he'll do it. But he wants it to be something relatively comfortable, of course. That
Yeah.
like once like the pictures and stuff are over, he
Hey,
can.
listen, I'm not opposed to like those onesies, like
Oh
the
yeah,
character
with the
onesies.
hats. With the hats.
Listen, I'm down for some comfort too.
With some hats. We were the Flintstones one year,
Were you?
and Jackson was Bam Bam. That was really cute. So we were Betty and Barney and Bam Bam.
We never dressed up like going to trick or treating or anything like
Yeah.
that with him. But the one year he was 2, and he wanted to be Sully so bad. And I ordered the costume. It got lost in the mail. Like it was,
Oh,
and it was so close to Halloween. And so the only relatable costume I can get was Mike Wazowski.
okay.
And he was the cutest freaking
Oh.
little Mike Wazowski.
I
And then
bet he was.
like you opened his like pouch was like
Oh,
the
that
mouth.
was where the candy went.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. Did you ever get the costume?
No,
It just
it was gone. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's cute.
But the costume that I originally ordered was the super expensive fuzzy one, like the
Yeah.
whole like monster costume,
Yeah.
And this one was not. It was like more like not fancy.
Yeah.
But he was the cutest little monster
Oh, I'm
ever.
sure he was. What was his first? Okay, so his birthday's in November.
Mhm.
So his first Halloween, he would have been almost 1.
Mhm. He was a monkey.
He was a monkey.
And then Mo was a banana.
Oh,
Our dog.
that's cute. That's cute.
And so like we have pictures of him walking the banana.
Yeah. So Jackson was born in July. His first Halloween, he was a pea in a pea pod. Because, they really can't. He was like 3 or 4 months old.
Yeah.
So he just, they just lay there. And it was like a big costume, and his face was one of the peas. Oh, I love looking at his little costumes when he was little.
They were so
The
little.
little squishy faces. So, yeah, we need something.
We'll figure that out soon.
Okay. And I saw some people have responded with some ghost stories.
Yes.
Have you dug into them? Have you looked at what they've sent? Okay. Because I haven't gone in there. I didn't want to mess up the inbox.
Yeah. So we got another couple stories. So exciting. And then we gotta brainstorm our Halloween episode.
Yeah. That'll be here soon. You're going out of town in October a little bit, aren't you?
Just for one weekend, yeah.
Oh,
October,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
The first weekend of October.
Okay. Yay!
Exciting.
Very exciting. I'm excited for that for you.
If there's anybody that wants to come on and be a guest,
please, people.
if you've got a good ghost story, you can
Yes.
come on. You don't have to even come see us if you don't want to. If you're out of town, we can Zoom you in.
Oh, we do have a friend who wants to do some kind of collab. Her name is Tracy, and she has a big following on TikTok and wants to just have a little discuss, I guess, and talk and chat and whatever. So we'll hook that up.
Awesome. I love talking to people.
I know.
Sometimes.
I do.
Well, I mean,
right. In a controlled environment.
Yeah.
And when you're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready to talk to people. I guess.
Well, when I'm prepared to talk to people.
Yes.
Otherwise, like if you just see me out, like Meredith wants you to
come talk to me.
Yeah, Meredith wants you to talk to her. Me, I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah, talk to me. Don't talk to Steph.
I see somebody I know, like
you go the other way.
Like you.
No, I get it.
I'm like, oh God, I'm in like my pajamas.
Some days I do too. Sometimes
I am like the pajama Walmart person.
Oh yeah, yeah. So send us the ghost stories.
Yes.
If you have not left us a review yet, what are you waiting for?
Yes.
Go do that.
Please.
Subscribe. Give us the stars. Give us the things. Give us the good stuff. Help our algorithms. And
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.